What up, family? So I wanted to come up here. Um, my lighting is like super, super bright, and I have no makeup on, but whatever. I wanted to come up here and kind of tell you guys how I plan some of our interior design projects and DIY projects that we want to do in the house. So, this was a way I figured let's jump on live real quick and just tell you guys versus me trying to edit like a whole video and all that about it. So I have this amazing notebook here that I call it my home renovation details. And as you can see, this is a project here that we have started, but I ain't been having the energy to do it. So I'm going to take you guys along that journey, but right now we ain't there yet. But I think in this notebook that I have, I kind of go through and show you. So this first page right here, I have our outdoor patio dimensions. So you might be thinking, why? Why do I even have our outdoor patio dimensions? Well, you got to think about it like this. How many times have you gone into Home Goods or home at home or whatever, and you want a rug, but you don't know what size rug that you need, right? This way, if you take the time to dimension out your patio dimensions that you have, so you dimension out where what you want, then you can accurately size the correct rug that you want. So, for example, we've already bought this furniture and we bought this and we bought all these little things, right? We have a grill here, there's like a little jet out. And then this is telling you all the windows that I have. Quick, rough sketch, right? I know that with this furniture that I've sized and all these dimensions, I know that I can fit a 6 by 9 or 8 by 10 rug in this space and it will look good. So then you also might want to write down like what else do you want in this space? So here I wrote down that I want a cactus plant or either aloe or agave plant. So then you could even draw out where you want those pieces. So that's what I've done here. So see if you guys can get a good look at this and that'll help you. So I ended up buying an 8 by 10 rug at Hobby Home Goods. Home Goods, they had a great sale. So then now let's say we're working on our bedroom wall. And I think you guys have seen some um I think you've seen some YouTube shorts or probably Instagrams or TikToks. I'm kind of all over the place as far as where I put things. So I try to be consistent about putting them on all platforms. So this is, even though I've marked through it, I still want to show you guys the progress of how I, as an interior designer, try to go through and make sure like all the dimensions and stuff are correct as you're doing things. And I think McKenna from Exo McKenna, she does the same thing. She draws it out. So let's take a look at this here, right? We have our bed. You guys have seen the bed. You've seen me do this really cool accent detail that I don't have drawn up here. You've seen the vault panels, the vent panels, excuse me. You've seen the vent panels that I do here, and then there's a piece of wood. So we have come in, and my husband and I have gone back and forth on these two IKEA walls, or excuse me, it's the IKEA pack systems, I think is what it is. We've gone through and kind of just went back and forth on whether, the sizing of it, blah, blah, blah. So then we decided, well, what if we don't want the pack system? What if we want to then dimension out with some wood and everything and build them ourselves? I didn't necessarily want to do that, but that's what my husband was thinking. So I was like, okay, let's talk about it. Let's figure out the dimensions of the space that we have from wall to wall. What does he want to have on the inside? So my husband, like, he's really into guns and just like a whole bunch of electronic stuff. So we were thinking like maybe this could be an interesting place they could put it. But then we also have other things. So you really want to figure out what's gonna live in your spaces. And you might have some negative space, so here's some negative space here. I've dimensioned out all of this all the way across the wall, and then we started to decide like, okay, we have the wood panels, right? What's the relationship to that, to the wall, to the panel, to the wood, the blocking basically, and how much wood do I need? So I've taken the time to start to do that math, right? That math was hard. But I'm not a math person, so that's the main reason why that math was hard, right? So then it's like, okay, you're basically like breaking it down. I'm making a box. We now scratched this out though and decided that we didn't want to do this because it was a lot of work. And went back to having the pack systems. But that is an idea for you. Um, then we'll transition. Let's talk about, we have a barn door, right? I think you guys saw where we bought a door from the Restore. I think it was from Restore, the Restore Humanity store. What you know what I'm talking about? Y'all know I love going there. We bought a door there, almost perfect size, like almost. So it was 3 inches too short. Yeah, like So ended up then was like, let's go back doing the math again. So we did the math on how to dimension out, what's the door dimensions, how thick is the door, how wide is the door, how tall, how much do I need, and how much wood do we need to buy to be able to then extend the door out, paint it, sand it, do all that kind of stuff. And then came up with that. Painted it, sanded it. I'll show you guys that finished look. I don't know if I've put that one up. So I'll definitely try and do that for sure. Um, so our next, this would be my wish list, is our master door French doors. And I think I'll probably make like a short on this. Um, just so because I'm not at the point of like new doors and all that. So the doors that we have, they're basic, like a basic door like this, but they're French doors, right? Well, the previous owner, I think they like opened it too hard at one point, and so now there's a big hole in the door on the interior side. So I was thinking, instead of buying new doors, because doors are expensive, we've all seen YouTube videos on how to lux up the doors and make them look nice. So again, you go in and do your current sizing, your current dimensions, and then figure out the center and what design you want. Whether if you want to change out the hardware, how you want it, maybe I want it black frosted, anything like that. But you keep this document. So here we are what, 4 or 5 pages in. It's kind of nice to be able to go back and look at this and be like, man, I did that. So, wish list item, completed item, not completed item, realizing that this will probably be a fail, so we won't do this. So, let's move on. Next page. We are still talking about these custom builds and what we would need. Again, I like to do the math, I like to try to figure out what I need, what we don't need, so that when we're going into Lowe's, because wood is expensive. Everything is expensive right now, y'all. So you really need to know what you need, what you're building, what you're designing to be able to make it work. You haven't done this yet, so don't worry about this one. I think this one will probably also be X'd out, but it's still nice to see the journey of what you want. Oh, here's a fun one. This is the number sign. You guys have seen this one. This is the vision. This is how it started. We started knowing that we wanted it to be 6 inches, 4 feet, and then excuse me, half-inch thick wood. Now I didn't stick to this exactly, but it turned out, y'all, it turned out so good. So good. And I think you've seen the YouTube short on that. So it turned out so great. So let's see, our next one that we have drawn, again, remember, keep a notebook of everything that you want to do. Keep it in your purse because, we all love Lowe's. We're all love Home Goods, At Home, Home Depot. We love all them places. Keep your notebook with you so that if you find something that you like, you can easily reference your notebook to be able to go back to, like, perfect example with the patio rug, right? Let's say I hadn't done this yet. So I find a rug that I fall in love with. It's a 5x7. I get it home and it's too small. It don't matter how much I love it. It doesn't work. It just doesn't because it still makes the space way too small. Or excuse me, it makes the space, it's just not sized correctly for the space. But if I keep my notebook with me and I know I need a 6x9 or 8x10, then it doesn't matter what I find because I am keeping a record. So our next one, and I also like to keep the date. I like to keep the date on things like up here so that you know kind of like what mindset you were in, or either how long it took you to actually complete your idea. So, like, we have ideas of our landscaping. We have this unique sloping, like, we have a lot of sloping in our backyard. And then we have this is a retaining wall that is like railroad ties. So it's pretty old and it's time for us to get it redone. We're just having a lot of problems finding like a contractor and stuff to be able to do that. But this would just, kind of give you the idea of like how it looks and then begin to build in things that you want. Like, I want to do this like wood slat system walkway, and we want to put pavers on this side. So, just all the things. And then going in deeper. So I basically just went from this one page where it's like my full sketches, should I say, and then going to enlarging that side. So let me show you the blow up of this. Actually, I think I have a drawing up here. So I have like this crude sketch of the house. And this little dash line is a blow up of this. And this is where, if you can remember in the patio dimensions, this is right where the circular barbecue was, and then just stepping down. So this is then me trying to draw out and dimension how many pavers that we need, the square footage, and all that. And then I'm even doing the math here on the side of like the 6 times 3 is 18. So knowing that I need to buy 18 pavers for this area, and probably will, do some more videos and all that. But yeah, so I just wanted to come up here real quick and just show you guys literally like what you can do and how to kind of keep yourself organized Literally, get you a notebook, get you a design notebook, write your ideas down. Like, just enjoy, have a good moment. And what's nice is you can come back to your design notebook after you've completed your designs and be able to look back and just see how amazing things look. I hope this helps. Thanks.